We're doing a little pre.
Who cares? Huh?
Do a little pre.
So you were singing the entire time?
No, we just went pre. Just went live.
The Tomorrow War. Oof, can't wait.
Yeah, you keep preaching that thing. I hope you're not elevating it to too high of heights. So
I'm gonna enjoy it. It's Chris Pratt. Even if it's like a lame, like storyline-ish, like action, like he's gonna make it good.
I know.
And I watched him in Parks and Rec, and it was like sometimes it was cringy, but it was still hilarious at the same time. I remember Jurassic World, how lame that storyline is. Like, it's still really good. It was still good.
Sure.
His lines were corny as fuck, but he delivered, Depends upon what kind of dinosaur he cooked up in that lab. I'm just like, hell yeah. Sounds dumb when I say it, but when he says it, it's cool. That type of thing,
He makes
Plus
everything
it's on
cool.
Prime. Plus it's on Prime,
Yeah.
Whatever.
He makes everything cool.
What's that one movie called?
We face the world head on.
Never Tomorrow or Tomorrow?
Let's get to work.
With Tom Cruise. It looks like kind of like that. You're gonna get one chance.
Live, die,
In the
repeat.
future. Yeah, there you go.
Rated PG-13.
Kind of reminds me of that-ish, kind of. You know what was a bad movie was Battle for L.A.? That was the bad movie, but I liked it. It's
Battle
like
for
one of those
Los
sci-fi movies.
Angeles.
I liked it.
I liked that
Yeah.
movie. Like,
I liked it too.
it was very, it was, I think, at the tail end of all those war movies that had come out. Right?
Wind 50 at 14 knots. Maximum 2974 inches. Lost for chop.
I don't know. Like, those movies come out. Wow, this Resident Evil trailer was stupid.
Command, this is Mad Dogs. We have a visual on Alpha 2 and it's going down.
Good or
No,
stupid? I
good.
don't know. Watch it.
No good. At first I thought it was real, like live action. I'm like, wait a minute, I thought this was animated. Yeah, it's animated.
No, it's a
Wait,
video
what?
game.
I repeat.
Yeah.
Team 3 and Team 6.
Take us down.
Stand by
We're
and
gonna go
wait
check
for
it out.
orders.
What was I gonna say? Crap, forgot.
Alpha 2's under attack.
Back in
I don't know.
formation.
So
Command to
the
Mad
tip of my
Dogs.
tongue, I
Stand-
Okay, he's still
Oh, look
alive.
at that. It's freaking name, don't tell me. No, is it Lance?
You ready?
Oh my god, Leon, there you go. Who's that?
Lance.
That Lance Bass?
Give it to me, Lance. Give it to me, Lance. Give it to me, Lance. Push.
Rated PG-13.
Capcom presents
Never gotten clearance to land that fast before.
Marvel vs. Capcom.
Oh my gosh. Does that movie need to be made?
Oh, it's gonna be made. Oh, I'm reading news here. Disney buys Capcom? What?
Nice.
Yeah. This looks okay, I guess.
I mean, it looks better than a lot of things that they put out.
I mean, it's pretty much it's the cinematics of a game on PS5.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
that's
I've actually
all of it.
it's actually like PS3. But
What do you mean?
like honestly, I looked at it again and I'm like, I've seen cinematics that are better. Like especially, gosh, God of
Spirits
War.
Within.
Yes, actually, yeah. To be honest, it's about spirits. It's better than Spirits Within. But you know, just a really
Oh,
quick
jeez.
teaser trailer. So,
Oh god.
are you ready,
Yeah,
sir?
make
Are you ready?
video
Are you
games,
ready?
bro. Make video games. Don't do this. Why are you doing this? Yeah, you're kind of right. This insert this into the cinematics of a game. Make another game. Boom, done. Yahtzee, checkmate.
All right.
and make it 1999. Make it like NFL 2K5. 1999. All right, I'll shut up now.
Are you ready? Because I'm ready to talk some Loki. God bless, I'm ready to talk some Loki. Let's go. Good evening, everybody. This is the Movie Broview, episode number 16. We're going to be going over Loki, the new Disney Plus series. The first episode just aired out, and I'm going to be talking with it with my brother, Joshizzle2323. I am your host, Charzar81, and that Joshizzle2323 is my brother, Josh Henderson. Josh, what's up, bro?
What's up, man? How you doing, man?
What's up, man?
How's everything?
Good.
Yeah, man.
Good, man. We're winding down the week, finally getting to the end of the week, and gosh, it was actually kind of nice to have that little Wednesday premiere. Like, I love that little break in the middle, that surprising break. You know, sometimes for these things, it's good to have something on a Friday, but the way the week has kind of gone in its tumult, I was just like, I need something to kind of break through the waves for me, and it did in the form of Loki, man. Let's get
if you want it to be a movie, just watch it 2 or 3 times.
Oh, I'm telling you, man, like, that thing was what, 55 minutes long or something like that, and it felt good. But yes, this is the Movie Broview, where two brothers give their brotherly take on movies of today, yesterday, and tomorrow. We're actually going over a TV series that, boy, this sucker's gonna be really, really quickly rising up my my charts, at least. Just after 50 minutes of it, like, seriously, like, it's redonkulous how much, like, I'm ready to just, like, spiel over this. I am again your host, Charzar81. I'm at Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter. Got my brother Josh Henderson. He's at Joshizzle2323 at Twitch, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. Please like, subscribe, and follow his channel. All likes and subscribes and follows are greatly appreciated. And please hashtag Movie Broview. Search on all Google for all access to our stuff. And hey, man, drop a comment. We want to know how you guys felt about Loki Part 1, because holy crap, I'm excited. I'm like,
holy
wow. I am wowing all over the place. I've got the wows, the Owen Wilson wows, just like ridiculous. Like, oh my gosh. Like, I was ready last night to talk about it, to be honest. I actually got to watch a little bit more of it today to kind of fill in the pathway of our show, so we don't get to we don't become variants of ourselves. We got to stay on the sacred timeline, per se. Oh yeah, we're going there, baby. But first, there was a couple of things that I did want to kind of talk about a little bit. Have you seen the He-Man teaser trailer?
No,
bro.
You mentioned it before pre-show,
bro.
Good things,
bro. Masters of the Universe Revelation. Oh my God, it's been.
Is that the same guy that says I have the power, or am I thinking of
40
something else?
years? Nope, it is him. That is
I'm thinking
that
of
is
Thundercats,
right.
then.
No, that's Thundercat. Ho!
Oh, I want to see that. That's what I want to see.
They have tried to put that one out, I swear, several times over. And, like, man, I think, what was it, several years ago, that there was going to be a video game based on the movie/series that was supposed to come out. And I think the movie/series got canceled, even though the video game still came out. So the video game was atrocious from my understanding, but you know, we'll see. Netflix has a way of resurrecting these cartoons, these shows we used to watch as kids and bringing like a new onset of fans for them. They did it with Voltron. They did a little bit with Godzilla. They could do it with He-Man. I was watching this and it looked, again, it is a teaser trailer, show all the best parts. But I was impressed by how updated it looked, but at the same time, it still captured all those original costumes. You know what I mean? Oh, yeah.
Nostalgia. But I haven't seen it yet. I'll have to look at it after.
Yeah. No, you have to check it out. It's
wow. It's Masters of the Universe.
Yep, Masters of the Universe. Gosh. Mm-hmm. There was that, and then also the Free Guy trailer.
That looks more amazing. Hopefully, they didn't give away too much in the second or third trailer, whatever it was. It said trailer number 3. I'm assuming teaser trailer, the trailer number 2 is what this is. But yeah, it's hilarious. I'm gonna GTA into a movie with Deadpool. I'm in all day.
Makers of Deadpool.
Yes, exactly.
Well, and
Ryan Reynolds.
It's very.
He never ages.
It's very Ready Player One / Deadpool / Crazy Time. Like, it's Taika Waititi's in this sucker too. So I was excited for this last year, or actually 2 years ago, when I saw the teaser for it really quick. And, it obviously got canceled and pushed forward into 2021. But, yeah, man, I think we got that on our docket. So,
hell yeah.
One of the few movies I think that we have on our, cemented docket that I'm actually excited about, it's up there with Eternals and Shang-Chi and
Feng Shui,
Spider-Man and Space Jam with LeBron James. Feng Shui. It is very feng shui. But, yeah, man. No, I'm glad you saw that really, really quick. I was really, really excited. I'm reading on the list here. You got some news? What's up, man?
Yeah, man. Let's go over it, shall we? So this is, for all you gamers out there, this has to do with movies too. As you know, I've been streaming some Jurassic World Evolution. Mm-hmm. Today, yours truly, Jeff Goldblum, introduces at the summer E3. I'm not sure. I don't even think E3 happened, or if it is, whatever. No. I didn't watch it. Didn't happen, right? So this must be some sort of summer's games coming out, or summer. I don't know, whatever. He announced it there, and he does the intro for this new game, Jurassic World Evolution Numero Dos. The game trailer came out, and it's going to be connected with the new movie coming out, Jurassic World Dominion. And the coolest thing is that you can create your park in anywhere, in the desert, on a mountain, near the snow. It's not going to be just the islands anymore. So I'm super excited, as you know, for the followers that follow me on my Twitch channel, Joshizzle2323. I love this game. Absolutely love this game. And there's going to be 75 different species. They're bringing out sea creatures, the Mesosaurus. Holy crap, I'm super excited. Okay. But I know we're the movie review. We don't do video games. Not yet. But it's a great movie. I just figured I'd bring it up. Wow. Jurassic Park's an old movie. Wow. It came out, 92, 93? That's an old movie. But it's still the best one out of all the Jurassic Park movies, in my opinion. You can have your own. We'll do a movie review later on down the road, ranking these movies. Possibly, hopefully, we'll see in the future. But speaking of getting old, 20 years ago, June 15th, Angelina Jolie's Lara Croft Tomb Raider came out. That's 20 years old.
Wow.
That's crazy, isn't it?
Wow.
I saw it in the theater. I was like, okay, it's basically Angelina Jolie's boobs. That's basically what it was. Anyway, moving right along. Speaking of Angelina Jolie, she's going to be in the new MCU movie, Eternals, November 5th this year. You're super excited about that, right?
Oh, of course, man.
Wow. But speaking of the... Oh, yeah, Athena. Angelina, Athena. She had Athena. It's not Athena, it's Athena.
Not Athena. She is not the overseer of Kratos. It's just Athena.
Oh, nice. Good connection there. I love it. We're going back to video games. Anyway, but speaking of the MCU, this is just a rumor, but I think it's been debunked already. But I just figured I'd bring it up anyway, because it's movies, right? Speaking of the MCU, Ghost Rider, as you know, was a Fox property. Now it's in the MCU. We'll see if there's going to be a movie or a series. He was in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for a little bit. It was okay. He actually brought me back to watching the show just because of his character. But nonetheless, hopefully there'll be a movie or a Disney Plus series. But Zack Snyder mentioned he likes Marvel. And just because he said that, all the rumors started coming in about Ghost Rider. What would you think, brother, if Zack Snyder did Ghost Rider? I think that would be amazing. Wow. It'd have to be rated R, but I think it would be amazing. He's left the DC. He left DC. He's done with them.
I mean, I would welcome him with open arms, definitely. Zack Snyder would definitely bring upon a new art style that the likes of MCU hasn't really seen, save maybe Doctor Strange. But he goes in a dark way that's not like, it's not macabre. Like he brought Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman out of the how do I word this? It's difficult.
PG era?
Yeah. He brought a seriousness to them that, a lot of people didn't like. They wanted their Superman to be this bold, daring, dashing man who was not gripped by the fact that his entire planet was destroyed. He's pretty much the last of his race. You kind of forget about all that, it would be awesome to see him. Ghost Rider, definitely. Like, you want to talk about
darkness,
a character who is riddled by vengeance, by that dark feeling. Yeah, like I would be completely just like blown away if like they announced that and they said that Zack Snyder would be writing, producing any part of it, like directing. If he's involved in it, like sign me up. I love all his pieces. 300. I mean, in a way, that follow-up movie didn't do too great. The Spirit, I think it was called, but he definitely has a fingerprint all to his own, and I would love to see that in the MCU. Like he's a talent. He's a talent that you cannot say like no to. You know what I mean? Like bring in Scorsese, bring in Tarantino. Yeah. I would love to see them all in the MCU.
Quentin Tarantino freaking MCU movie.
Oh my gosh, yeah, bring that on.
He should have done WandaVision. Anyway, that would have been crazy as F. No, but not starring Nicolas Cage for the new Ghost Rider movie. Let's just keep going with that. But anyway, that's all I've got for this episode. Hope you enjoyed that little tidbit from Joshizzle.
Well, Joshizzle, is this a brand new segment that's going to be coming on? Is this going to be something recurring, or just whenever you got the time?
I'm going to let you know. I'm going to let you know next time.
All right. That was awesome, man. I don't know why I hit that button. I'm sorry. No, it was awesome.
Did you hit the far button?
No, I hit the wrong button. It was just like, nope, that is not what I really meant. That was really good. I like that.
Oh,
no,
I thought you hit the actual button of farting.
No,
sorry.
That's there you go. There's your fart.
Yeah, we farted.
No, but man, let's get into this thing. Like I'm so like super stoked, super excited to start talking a little bit about this. Loki.
Glorious purpose.
Oh my gosh. Like, again, this sucker blew me away.
Giggity.
I was like, I can't, I'm completely tripped up on my words right now. How, like.
All right. Well, let me pick you up real quick.
Go right ahead.
How it all starts. It already starts better than any other film besides Infinity War. It starts with Endgame. I was like, oh, I'm not watching Endgame? Okay, great. of course, it has to show that how does Loki get away? How does he have a series? So he uses the Tesseract, he gets away, and come to find out, he shouldn't have done that, right?
Totally shouldn't have done that. He ends up in Mongolia of all places.
Yeah,
like, I don't know what it was. Just seeing him pop up out of thin air and they're just cruising down into the sand. Like, a lot of people saying that's a callback to Tony Stark's crashing into the desert Middle Eastern sand, you know, in Iron Man 1.
Or Aquaman doing it.
I laughed so hard. And even the wifey was like, what's so funny about that? And I was just like, the randomness of the fact that he teleports out of that dire situation, you know, he's trying to escape, and it just doesn't set him in a place. No, it launches him just clear through this random wormhole into the sand, and, you know, that's obviously how he gets out of his restraints and stuff, but I don't know why. It's stuff like that occurs randomly like that just gives me a giggle at times, so... That, you know, I was about 2 fingers in some really good whiskey, so whatever.
All right, 2 fingers. What really made me laugh, and I thought it was awesome. I mean, you think slow motion's overused in movies, or shows, whatever you want to call this. No, this was perfect. This is something I've never seen before. The TVA comes in like, hey, Variant, you're under arrest for blah blah blah, and he's like, I beg your pardon, and he gets hit right in the face by this weapon that slows down. She was moving in 1/16th time, but his lips were kept moving from the motion of getting hit in the face. It's just, I love that. That was so cool.
And oh my gosh, like, I don't want to say I would have loved to have seen it, but like when that was occurring, you know, because, again, he got popped in the face and he's just going this, you know, he's Ryu dying on Street Fighter 2. Yeah. I was just kind of, because you didn't see her yet. She was off screen. And I was like, I wonder if she's just, like, moving in, like, regular motion because they're the time variant authority. And lo and behold, she just, like, walks up and is just, like, wrapping the thing around his throat.
Around his neck.
And I'm like, that's perfect. Mwah, love it. Like,
you're feeling the pain in real time.
This is better. This just keeps getting better. But yeah, no, we go from here, and then like Loki is kind of like stripped of all his godly shine, basically. Like, he gets, you know, he's treated like a common criminal. You know, he gets thrown into county practically. Like, he's presented in front of that huge robot. You know, it's kind of like looking him up and down and stuff like that. And I love how he's like, this is Asgardian leather, like blah blah blah. This is the finest leather ever. Da 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 da. And that that robot just like strips him down, like, you know, like all the way down to the day he was born, practically.
Leather, more like pleather,
dude.
Right?
Loki's workout routine. I knew that dude was pretty fit, but it's like, yep, I knew that I had to probably get naked for a scene. Like, you know, they obviously blocked a little bit off, you know, with the robot hands, but yeah, that dude stayed in some serious shape during the pandemic.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, not only is he stripped of that, like, you know, he gets put in these like weird scrub fatigues and stuff like that. You know, he looks like a factory worker practically. The scene where he gets, I guess, screened, you know, like they take a picture of him basically. It's not really a picture, it's just a picture of his like time variance.
Temporal aura.
Yeah, it's temporal aura. There you go. Thank you. Mm-hmm. And then they're basically asking him if he's a robot or not. It's basically almost like Asimov's 3-step process of telling whether you're a robot. And like he's like, wait a minute. And he actually starts to question himself for a second. He's like, wait a minute. Am I a robot? Am I a robot? Really? He's like, what happens if I'm a robot? And like, I think the guy said like, oh, that thing will rip you from the inside out.
You burn internally.
Oh, God, yeah. Like, no. Like, I don't want any of that. But yeah, he goes through he goes through processing practically. Gosh, like, and then we have that famous scene that we've seen in the trailers, where he has
tickets.
Not the tickets yet. Like, he has to sign over basically all his
yeah.
proof that everything he has said, and boy, that dot matrix printer, like, wow, it brings me back to my old dot matrix printer back in the day. Oh my gosh.
Candy 1000
and
that was connected to it.
You know, so there's kind of a way that I kind of like, you know, the run sheet on like how we want to kind of like discuss tonight. But the time variance authority, it's supposed to be this elaborate, technologically advanced place. Yet there's so much analog that, you know, it's honestly like from the 80s, 70s, it's all knobs and dials and switches. It's very, I don't want to say like, you know, something that's, you know, near and dear to my heart, but like very Fallout-esque, where it's new but it's old. You know what I mean?
Right. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like the design.
I thought of Cuphead when I was watching the cartoon part.
Sure. Oh yeah. Oh well. I mean, that goes back to like Rocky and Bullwinkle. I was thinking of the old Jetsons.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, like just watching some of that stuff was like, it's gnarly to see that. Oh, you know, we've got this, you know, this huge, I don't even know what you call it. It's like a TV / cassette 8-track player thing. That, you know, they transformed it into basically a film reel for Loki to watch his entire life events. But
they mentioned paperwork multiple times. Paperwork. We don't use paper anymore. We save everything into a cloud.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, totally. And like in this universe, you know, yeah, they're pushing papers and pushing pens all over the place, and but it's good. But yeah, like, you know, going back to Loki, he's pretty much ridiculed to like basically a comic criminal. You were talking about the ticket. Like, he's not the only one there. Like, there's other people there who apparently have like been decreed variants by this authority of time, and you kind of see what gets like, you kind of see what occurs when you don't follow the rules to the T. Like, I don't know who that guy was. He was just some snobbling guy. Like, I think there was like some verbiage in the background, but you know, you're just kind of like, he just kind of like background noise, to be honest. To me, I was looking at everything else but him. But he basically said like, oh, you know, like, I didn't get a ticket back there, you know, blah, blah. They didn't give me one, and yada, yada, yada.
I asked the guy, he wouldn't give me one.
Yeah.
He's basically bullshitting the other guard.
And that one TVA guard just like taps him with the staff, with those baton sticks, and I thought he killed him at first. Apparently those things like restore you back to your original time. That's from what I've heard through watching several like reactionary videos and like, you know, dive into videos today on YouTube regarding this, you know, just to kind of bone up for tonight's discussion. But
it doesn't melt you like in Ragnarok. With,
oh my gosh! No, it. I mean, but it's scary though. Like, they tap you and you're just like, shh. And of course, Loki's scrambling through his like 2 pockets that he has, and he's like, "I got my ticket. You know, it's right here. Don't do that to whatever you did to me. You know, da 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 da." So
such fear put into him so easily.
But yeah. So then we go on to Mobius. He is Owen Wilson.
Wow.
He is.
Wow.
He is an actor I really, really wanted in this. Like, there's several actors, by the way, I wanted in the MCU, but Owen Wilson's definitely one that I was surprised. One, that he was brought over, because I was like, oh yeah. And then 2, when they casted him as Mobius, 1, I didn't know who Mobius was. Like, you know, I know the Mobius shape, you know, because it was referenced in Avengers Endgame.
Wow. Right.
But I didn't know, like, again, we're starting to get into territories now where I have to do my research.
I don't even know.
Like, the universe is so huge, you know, like, I kind of knew who the Celestials were. You know, even the Guardians of the Galaxy, I was like, I kind of knew who they were, but again, they were just so off the peripheral for me. But now, gosh, like the Eternals, I'm like, who is that? Like that's a new word. Like I've kind of heard about them, but like not really. And now like this Time Variance Authority, apparently who they're overseers of everyone. Like I don't know if you watch Rick and Morty. There was an episode where like they had like this Time Authority thing. The guys looked like nutsacks practically, and you know, it was weird. They were voiced by Key and Peele, so it was hilarious. But
wow, I bet that was hilarious.
In that episode, there is an authority that, you know, if there is a break in the string of time, they have to go in and make sure you like fix everything. And in this situation, it's kind of the same thing where, so they explained it, you know, through Ms. Minutes. Basically, you know, there's a multiverse or whatever, you know, everyone's been coining that term, it seems like, for the last 3 years now. And there was a huge war, you know, multiversal war or whatever, and it was just going on. Well, these
secret war.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Like, yeah, you say war, and everyone's just like already throwing in secret wars and everything like that. Well, then
Civil War number 2.
like, I think the Celestials have been thought to have been like involved with this because, you know, they're so large and, you know, they affect so many things, you know, and you wonder what happened with Nowhere now that, you know, huge. That, you know, how did he got decapitated?
Wow.
Maybe it was this war. I don't know. But as Miss Minnis explains, these timekeepers are basically what keeps the order, what keeps the sacred timeline from drifting off. They show this, like, you know, this huge, like, you know, thread. And if there are variants that occur, obviously, you know, you have like little offshoots that come off of it. Yeah, like little branches.
Time branches.
Mm-hmm. And you know, they say that I didn't realize this too, because like the entire time we're going through this, I'm like, oh, okay. So it's going to come down to the Avengers is what caused all this, right? Well, it blew my mind. It completely blew my mind when Mobius had said, no, all that was meant to happen. So all their time traveling thing was all like part of that sacred timeline. So I was like, okay, so that's all, like, it's all canon, but at the same time it's all like, okay, this is what was meant to be is meant to be, you know. Thank you.
Right, it was the 1 out of the 14 million.
Yeah.
Paths.
44
14 million 8.
I thought it was 44 million. Anyway, lots of paths. But
Millions.
yeah, so the variant actually ended up being that Loki was the one. What did Captain America say? That he's gonna he'll cut all the branches off or whatever. He'll make sure.
Yeah, he basically would. There's no branches. He said basically he's gonna make sure there's
trim all the branches or whatever.
Right.
Well, there was one branch he obviously didn't see because, you know, they thought that they had taken care of everything because, you know, when it came down to like all the stones that, you know, were acquired in that in Tony's glove, he had returned them, but one stone actually deviated in the New York scene that started off this series. And so I guess that's why the Time Authority is kind of getting involved with this.
Right. Well, Captain America went to the 70s where they got
Captain America and Tony did, yeah.
Tesseract in a different timeline, or different time within that timeline.
Sure.
So that Loki thing is going to happen regardless.
Yeah. What did you... So how did you take the... when Loki was watching through some of his history?
Well, just going back to being judged first, just real quick, 30 seconds here. I totally, before the explanation upon... Before the explanation of why is it not the Avengers' fault, I was thinking it before. I was like, okay, that's Avengers' fault. They did all this crap. They're the reason why. It was Ant-Man pushing hurting Tony's heart and shit like that, and then that's how Loki got away. So that's not his fault. They created a path for him. It's not his fault. But those are that, as you said earlier, that's supposed to happen. But what did I think about I was so glad they replayed all of that for him, because I was wondering, okay, so everything after 2012's Avengers is just nothing. Okay, and then they showed his mom dying. I was like, okay, I wonder if they're gonna show more. Turns out they did. They showed how him and his brother are now true brothers. They're agreeing upon each other and everything. And also she showed how Thanos kills him. I was like, oh shit. Wow. That's great. That brings a more glorious purpose for him working with the TVA. I think he wants to change his path. And then it turns out, well, I mean, I don't want to bring it up now, but how I feel about that particular part of him watching it is, it needed to happen. I was hoping it happened, and it did. So,
well, it's funny because, like, you know, we see in the trailers them talking about. Obviously, Mobius is asking Loki, he's like, "You like to talk a lot, don't you?" And obviously, he lies, and you know, because Loki is the god of mischief. Well, then it seemed like during that expose where Loki is watching himself, basically watching his entire life, what would have been had he not left with the Tesseract. You know, he had an answer, but Mobius had an answer for every answer, you know, because Loki's basically trying to say, like, no, I don't like hurting people. I like, you know, confusing people. I like, you know, being mischievous, even to the point where they had that little snippet where I could not, like, I saw this obviously in the trailers. That's why I stopped watching trailers, because, like, I don't want to be spoiled by things. But, you know, these were in the early trailers. The fact that he was DB Cooper. In this universe, Loki is DB Cooper. Now, I don't know if you know who DB Cooper is, brother.
Famous 70s guy who got away with taking $200,000.
He basically hijacked a plane. Without a weapon, I think, if I remember right. Like, he gave a note. He did say he had a bomb. Like, that was right. That's verbatim. And DB Cooper is one of those most unexplained mysteries that no one to this day has yet to, like, you know, solve and close the case.
Marvel solved it. It was Loki.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, way to do it. And I'm like, now I'm like kind of wondering, I'm like, okay, what other unsolved mysteries are they going to include in there? Like, we've seen scenes from Vesuvius. Like, there's been mention, like, oh, he might be, like, oh, could he be Jack the Ripper? Could he be, you know, the mysterious bullet that, like, you know, killed Kennedy and stuff like that? What about Roswell?
Magneto did it. He was trying to save him.
That's true. That is very true. Yeah. Apparently Kennedy was one of us. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, one of the mutants.
One of us.
But yeah, no, like him watching himself kind of go through that and coming to the realization that this is kind of put a damper on his parade a lot. Like, it's basically brought a lot of humility into Loki. And sometimes, like, I feel that, but at the same time, Loki is he's so shifty that, you know, he could placate to your heartstrings very, very easily just to get to you. Like, you know, that moment where he got Mobius to, like, pick him up off the ground. I knew it. I knew that he was going to get the time switch thing, which I think is the most innovative tool. I wouldn't really call it a weapon, but the most innovative tool in this MCU to date. It controls the collar, and it basically can rewind you to any point in time that you've come across. I love that. Every time Loki tried to act up, he just like, nope, you go back to your seat. And I love that even when the seat left, he's like, sorry, he only put you back. Like, it doesn't put the seat back also. That's
going to be very important to know, probably for the future episodes. It's probably going to be very important to know that.
Oh, with the time switchers?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, it was
furniture or items.
Yeah.
Watch. It's gonna be brought up. Watch.
Well, and it was really, really cool to see, like, obviously Loki breaks out. He breaks away because he's trying to get out of there. He wants to get the Tesseract back, first of all, because that was his. That was the thing that he was like, this is what is going to help me on my road to being, like, supreme king of whatever realm he chooses, whatever realm of his liking. President Loki, I guess, like, as we've seen in the trailers. But he is so shifty. He somehow gets the collar off himself and puts it on that lead TVA guard. I forget what her name was. She was a really good actress in this. But he starts messing with her, like, doing this weird, like, he's like
rewind forward
pretty
over
much
again.
Like he's almost like scratching a record and just like she's like back and forth in this one spot, and at first she disappeared and I was like, uh-oh, like, is there a possibility that you could time switch way too much that you just deleted from time? But it just turns out that she went way before she even walked into the office. That was so good. Like, I love that a lot.
What about the multiple sets of Infinity Stones? They don't mean jack crap in this particular area, or wherever you want to call it, the TVA, wherever they're at.
Yeah.
This realm, yeah.
Well, so apparently magic doesn't work here either. Because remember when Loki was up for... he was on trial, and basically they were asking him how he pleads guilty or innocent, and he's trying to do this weird like chest thrust, and I'm like, who are you? I really would have been interested to know who he was trying to turn into or vanish from or whatever, but he can't do it because magic here is just like null. I don't know if it's because of the collar or just because of where they're at. But yeah, no, when he forced Clerk McClurkison, I don't know what his name is. He was pretty funny. He's like a stand-up comedian too. I think that's how I get my in on the MCU. I have to be a stand-up comedian for like a couple of years, and there'll be an extra somewhere. I just want it.
Are you talking about the guy who says, "What's a fish"?
Yeah. He
worked with Tom Hiddleston in Kong Skull Island. He was one of the soldiers.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, so they worked together before.
Yeah, well, that explains their chemistry. They worked really great together.
They worked really well together, yeah.
But yeah, he's like, oh, like, yeah, what's a fish? Like, what do you say? I cut you like a fish or gut you like a fish?
Oh,
he's like, cool,
like a fish.
but well, what's a fish? He's like, I don't get out of the office at all, and he's like, what? I just need to know what the severity of what you're trying to threaten me with and stuff, and it was pretty funny. But he's like, fine, I'll get the Tesseract for you. I'll get that little shining blue block for you. And
it's like 3 sets of freaking Infinity Stones.
Dude, I completely like. So, I thought either he's
gonna use the time stone.
He's gonna grab one of these, but do these time stones even work here?
No, they do not.
None of these stones work here. It's like the guy says, he's like, yeah, we just use them for paperweights. We have a whole bunch of them, which a whole bunch of them means this has been done several times over already.
Yep.
By who would be interesting to know, like which timeline is like. Has Loki done this several times over or something like that on a different timeline, and he's been put back several times. You just don't realize it. But
what if he just keeps a full set, just that way when he gets back to whenever? What if he did? If he kept a set?
The thing is, I think Infinity Stones only work to their respective universe. If this is my understanding of how they work.
Kind of like Dragon Balls on a certain planet.
Oh boy, don't say Dragon Balls too readily, man. That's a deep rabbit hole that I'm not prepared to even begin to talk about.
Please, let's go.
No, I don't.
So I'm on Namek.
We don't have the
Okay,
time.
wow.
We don't have the time tonight.
Speaking of Dragon Ball Z, I just have the side note. I wonder what. So power levels, right? You know, remember Captain America in the original Avengers in 2012? Captain America fights Loki by himself, and he's having a hard time, and he's got super strength. Well, Loki's just like, fighting him like nothing until Iron Man, of course, saves the day and uses his blasts or whatever, right? So I'm thinking, well, Loki just got the crap beat out of him, but then fights back and happens to use his mischief or whatever, even without his powers. Just wondering, how strong are these TVA Minutemen or whatever,
Oh no, totally. Like again, these are we're going into like realms now where power levels are just completely Yeah, they're completely so far up the chart that you just can't even know. Yeah, like Loki is considered a god. Like he's god level, practically. Like he's a demigod basically. But he's not all about strength though. Again, he is god of mischief. He's the guy who kind of like hides behind the guy who has all the muscle, aka Thor. And that's kind of why he does what he does. Like, he's trying to gain, power per se, not as in strength, but just like, he wants to climb up the ranks and basically get what he feels is owed to him, which is a throne. Because he's always lived in the shadow of Thor, like he's always done that. He even upon discovery of that he was like half frost, or he was a frost giant, he still wanted to prove to his dad that he was worthy of the throne. Like he wanted that. And that's why he ran amok in Germany, and that's why, the events of Avengers happened. And that's why he, even to this day, he's trying to backstab everyone. He gives the Tesseract over to did he give the Tesseract to Thanos? Is that what happened? I'm trying to remember. There's so many
yes, he did.
There's so much movement in those stones a lot. Save the Soul Stone. But yeah, like anything that he does, regardless of the outcome, is a means to an end for him. He wants to, be his own man, basically. And if you find that out, like basically he confesses all this to Mobius. And again, I don't know how sincere he is with all this. Again, it could be a ploy. He's very shifty. He is, he's all about mischief. So you don't know where the double lie, the double entendres are with him. But, he professes that, like, he's like, I don't want to be, like, he's a villain, that's what he is. But he doesn't perceive himself as, like, being violent and being bloodlust, and so Mobius endears him on a quest, basically. Like, he needs his help, because remember, this Loki is bad guy Loki still. This is not Loki who has been put in prison, knows his mother has died.
This guy
fought the battles with Thor, and then tried to save Asgard. But I guess in a way, after watching the film, he kind of became that, a fraction of that person. Because he came to the realization, oh, his mom died, and like, this happened, and this bad thing happened.
His dad died.
His dad died, yeah. He lost his father, too. And he lost his own life. And so he's like, if you're telling me that this is fate for me, Loki is the type of person who is just going to fight, do anything to combat that.
For all he knows, Thor died.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he doesn't know. There's no tape after that. It was interesting. Like it came off like a film reel. As soon as his death happened, the end of the tape hit, and it just kept flipping over and over on that machine. But it's really, really curious. So like, there's a huge kind of like underlying story underneath the threads of all this. There's another variant that's causing a lot of mischief. This is where Mobius was kind of introduced. Like, you know, he was going to these random places. He was in France, right? Was it 15 or 1480s or something like that?
1549.
Oh, there you go. And he is investigating what happened to these TVA agents who have basically been slaughtered. They've been ambushed.
Minutemen.
Minutemen?
Minutemen, that's what they're called.
Minutemen. Reminds me of the
Fallout.
Yeah, the Fallout. The Minutemen.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, they go through descriptions. It's a whole bunch of stabbing wounds. I was like, oh, well, that's Loki. Like, you know, he's got blades and stuff. And then obviously we see the kid, which Mobius plays with him a little bit. And then he's like, who is it? You know, who did all this? And the kid points to the stained glass window, and it's his devil. And of course, everyone's going again. Like it's going bananas out there. And it's like Mephisto again. Like seriously, and like I think
what are you doing?
Well, the creators have already like stipulated. I think like I read an article and I watched in a video that, you know, per them and per the creators of the show, this is not Mephisto. Like it's not like the horns happen to represent the headgear that Loki wears like normally.
Right, of course.
So that's I mean, WandaVision, and it's so weird because the way when WandaVision aired or streamed, it kind of like went out of order. Stop it. No more. WandaVision's good. Stop it.
After episode 7 was trash. Except for Vision, and Darcy was cool.
So yeah, like I think like that was not supposed to occur until later, is my understanding. So yeah, the order of like when these shows streamed out, it's kind of like thrown everyone aghast. But yeah, they said that this is
true.
This is not Mephisto, so don't worry about that, because WandaVision is supposed to lead directly into the multiverse of madness. The madness of the multiverse.
March Madness.
I keep confusing that. Yep, during March Madness of 2021.
Man, they're going to sponsor March Madness. I tell you what. Oh man. It's gonna be,
she's gonna be meditating. You're gonna see basketballs flying into basketball hoops.
Right, into hoops. Like that, so. Yeah. She'll be in the Final Four. You know.
Will she be a number 1 seed? I mean, like, I don't know. Like, I think she'd be a number 1 seed from the East, and then we're gonna have to do that, by the way, when the time comes. We're gonna have to seed the entire MCU and then do
makes a Sweet 16.
We're gonna have to simulate the entire Who's gonna be the Who's gonna be the UNT of next year's March Madness, basically.
Probably like Kate Bishop or something.
Maybe not UNT. Maybe Loyola Chicago. There you go.
There you go. Jarvis.
So yeah, you know, again, you have this underlying thing. Obviously, Mobius goes back. You know, works with Loki, and then goes back. Now we're in Oklahoma in the 1800s, and they're in an oil field, and there's this guy who's standing there, or this guy. I say there's this character who is standing there. I don't know. It could be a man. It could be a woman. Who knows?
King Loki.
Yeah. And he or she is, you know, completely like blacked out basically, but happens to have like this lantern in his or her hand. So obviously the TVA troops advance, and she does the one thing that everyone thought she would do, is set them ablaze.
Goodbye.
Oh my gosh.
I guess that was their last day at the job because they got fired.
I'll accept that. Oh man, yeah, no, it was. They did get fired. They got you fired.
You're fired. You're fired.
No, yeah, it was. I think that was it. That was the very end of the show, wasn't it? Because it basically.
Well, Mobius brings up like it's you. We need help to find you.
Well, yeah.
So,
and then
that was the end of it. Yep, I've watched it 3 times.
I do remember that she happened to pick up one of those time resetters. Which
Yes,
is very
absolutely.
interesting. Like, obviously when Loki had tried to set everything, asunder at the very beginning of the show, you kind of saw it then too.
Hey, I know who it is. It's not Loki. You know who it is?
Who?
It's Cher. If I could turn back time. And then she found the device to do so, right? Am I right?
No.
I don't know why I like that song.
And that is going to be our show for today. I know you do like that show. You do like that. You do like that song a lot.
Hold on. One of my favorite comedians, Paulo Francisco, he brings up a joke about that particular song. It just happened to be due to recency and when that stand-up came out. That was a big song. So that particular joke sticks in my head. But anyway, going back to Loki. Keep it low key.
Do you have anything else from this episode? Do you want to?
Let's go back to the very beginning. The Marvel Studios. It's not red and white. It was green and gold. It was cool. I like that. They're changing that up. With WandaVision, I mean it's red anyway because it's Wanda, right? And then Black Panther, they did the purple thing. Wakanda Forever. So I like how they're doing that. Is a respect to the character. And apparently there was 2 episodes, Legends, for before this came out. It was basically a recap of Loki and a recap of the Tesseract and stuff like that. It's just crazy how the Infinity Stones don't mean shit in the TVA, like where they're at. It's just amazing. And then remember Loki says, "Is this the ultimate power? Is this it?" It's like, yeah, kinda. You're dealing with time, It's powerful. But yeah, that's pretty much all I've got there. I can't wait for episode 2, man. It's gonna be amazing. I'm getting text right now from my coworker who just watched it. She's like, "Holy shit!" So,
in all of time is undefeated.
Right.
Basically, unfortunately. So no one has yet found a way to defeat time. Time is 82-0, 19-0. They won every championship. In the end, time wins out. So
a lot of people are bringing up Kang the Conqueror too about this.
Yeah,
like he's one of the timekeepers, I guess, or no? I don't know.
So no, he's not. Like in the annals of Marvel Comics, he is not a timekeeper. Like.
Okay.
He has worked with the timekeepers.
Okay.
And sometimes they would send quests on to battle the Avengers and stuff. But he is not an actual timekeeper. However, who is to say what
Disney does?
What the MCU does? Yeah. So we'll see. Obviously, Kang the Conqueror is a time-traveling maniac.
Right.
And I don't mean maniac like he's insane or crazy or whatever, but like he uses time as his like alpha weapon basically, to find newer and better ways to defeat his as enemies. So
another thing, and this has nothing to do with this universe, but like the TVA better get on Marty and Dr. Brown because they're messing up. They messed up some shit.
But the thing is, was all that stuff meant to happen in the first place?
It's supposed to be, because eventually, yeah, that's true.
Because
that's so true.
They technically fixed, they cut all the branches,
right?
Technically,
Return of the Sports Atlas. Okay.
They cut that branch.
Killed Biff. Okay, good.
They didn't kill Biff.
I know.
He just got in a lot of caca.
Wow. Oh yeah, multiple times.
Oh yeah. Well, and his ancestors and all that stuff. So. All right, man. Well, I mean, if you got nothing else, how many time seekers do you give this lovely episode 1? Or could you please run us through your order, sir? At the I don't know. There's no concession stand here. I don't know. Let's talk about what do you find in your pantry for this?
There's no concession stand here. Oh, that's so true.
Yeah,
well,
we're watching this at home.
I rented out a theater. Okay.
Oh, look at you, man.
Oh yeah, and then the TVA came and was like, "Hey, you can't do that." Let's see here. I'm just gonna go in the pantry and look at some Chips Ahoy cookies, the chewy kind, and then I'm gonna go ahead and eat. I'm gonna eat 9 of those and then throw them up because you don't like them, and then eat some Oreos. I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna go to the pantry. I'm gonna do Uber. You know, I'm feeling good about this. Uber Eats. I'm gonna order me some not Chili's because that makes me sick now. I don't know. I feel like this. I'm just gonna go ahead and give it a number. Okay.
Okay.
I'll do 9 out of 10.
All right. Yeah.
The reason why is because it's so, I don't know, I've watched it 3 times now and it doesn't get old. With Falcon, it kind of gets old, except for the action scenes. No, it's not good. It's not bad. It's still good.
The armor.
Wow. And then WandaVision, I can't go back to ever. So Loki's like I'm glad they did this. This is going to be really interesting how this goes down. 6 episodes. We got 5 more, you know, and it's going to be on Wednesday nights, which is great for us. But you know, I used to not like Loki. I was getting tired of Loki. But this, when he died in Infinity War, I was like, okay, I'm fine with that. I'm kind of done with him. Come on, let's move along with some other characters. But then Endgame happened, and the Tesseract. I was like, oh, he's gonna get his own movie or something. What's gonna happen here? And I'm glad they brought him back because he's a fantastic character. I feel bad originally, but now I feel good about it.
Wow.
My sentiments, exactly, brother. When he left and was definitely one of those like, oh, there's a plot hole there, da-da-da-da-da. Oh, MCU has plot holes. God, I cannot stand those people who say that because you know they have a plan. Like, they're going to find a way to leave a hole here and there. So later on, if you've ever read a comic book ever, they're going to go back and fill that hole in with more exposition to create more holes, to create more stories, to fill those in, to create more holes, to create more stories, to fill those in. This is definitely a 9 for me, too. It creates a brand new universe, practically. Again, to me, the time variance authority, to me, is completely off the reservation. I maybe have heard of them like in random chance, and I was just like, oh, there's 3 words that were put together, whatever.
You know what's weird, dude? You know what's weird is that I probably give it an 8 out of 10 if I watched all the trailers and teasers and watched all the this character, maybe this or what. I'm glad I did it because I actually experienced it, and I'm actually giving it a solid 9.
Yeah. No, and
you know what I mean?
Yeah, and like again, like I've said before, I'm gonna watch like a teaser of stuff that comes out, just because, like, you know, we're all frothing at the mouth for, you know, this happens to be a library of movies that you and I thoroughly enjoy. If it's, you know, if the MCU makes it, I'm going to like check out the first trailer or first teaser just to like kind of whet my appetite to see what direction they're going, make up my mind, and then just go with it. You know, that's why when the Eternals kind of teaser came out, I was like, this is awesome. I'm still going to watch the first trailer because it didn't really show too much there.
Which one?
The Eternals.
Oh, Eternals. Okay, got it. Yeah, it didn't show anything. I still don't understand.
Exactly.
What's up.
No, like,
so,
and that's.
I may keep it like that. I may keep it like that.
And that's fine by me. Like, you know, Shang-Chi, like it showed a whole bunch of cool stuff, but didn't really tell me anything. So to be honest, I'm like, you know what? I'm kind of set on that.
MCU, you don't need to market anymore. Just do a teaser, you'll make a ton of money.
I know, right? Gosh, like it's the Cartman Land theory. It's like, you know, you just take everything away and then you just sprinkle a little bit there, and you know, all the MCU nerds like myself are just going to empty their wallets at your feet. So, yes, I'll give it 9 popcorn kernels out of 10. What got me was like, yes, you know, we've seen Loki do this time in and time out, but it's just it's a brand new arena now, and he is no longer this, you know, ever-fearing god. He is this, you know, he's been humanized. He's been put on a level now that he's never been before, where he has to kind of like scratch and claw his way back into earning some respect. The fact that, you know, even when the devil was mentioned, you know, Mobius was like, oh, he's scared of, like, we're not scared of him, he's scared of us, we can take care of him. And you're like, oh my god, like, we're talking on like a scope that just, you know, the human brain probably can't even comprehend how ridiculously encompassing the time variance authority can be.
Right.
The looks of this just are so great, and again, it's so unique to other aspects of the MCU. The old technology made new technology. I've always enjoyed that. It's very like steampunk kind of, and you know, Owen Wilson.
Wow.
Like, I wouldn't say like he's like, oh, he's one of the actors like again like that. I'm like, he was at the top of my list, but he was definitely an actor again. Like I said before, I would love to see him in the MCU, and the fact that they put him in as that character, which I was like, they could have put him in as a Quill type of character, you know, like, yeah, he's a little older now, but like, you know, as a, you know, a comedic platform. He still is kind of that, but he's more of like a, I don't know, like a private eye, like, you know, I'm going to be your parole officer, and I've got funny stuff to say. You really can't touch me, just because of how powerful the TVA is. So, yeah, that is it. That is our...
One last thing.
Okay.
The music is even mischievous. Wouldn't you agree? The credits, and then the Loki title screen that comes up in the, you know, towards the beginning. It's a little bit after. It's like 5 minutes in.
Yeah.
You see a Loki thing, but
Yeah.
that music is just, they did a good job. It just, when you listen to it, it's like, it sounds like mischief, you know? It just sounds like it. It's perfect.
The tone and the soundtrack and the score they fit Loki like a glove.
Like a glove.
Yeah. It was, you know, the way we're talking about it, I'm really surprised neither of us gave it like a perfect 10. If I could, like, again, spot like some spots of challenges, you know, there's some areas where I'm like, okay, give me a little more from there. Like,
zero action.
Yeah, I mean, there kind of was. Yeah, there kind of was. I mean, with Loki trying to get away, but yeah, you're right. Like, other than that, and
but
like,
I still gave it a 9. Like, that's pretty damn good.
The guy's getting torched at the very end. You know, other than that, it was really more just exposition, setting the stage for everything.
Right.
What was I gonna say? Did you hear about, like, okay, so apparently Peggy Carter's in this.
Yeah, I saw that. She comes out of one of those yellow door things that appear out of nowhere.
To me, like, that just seems
That's
like...
just the look. That's just the
Yeah,
look. You
like
know, because
that-
they went old TVs, analog. You have the older hairstyles.
Like that
You
seems
know,
as like it's
that's
reaching
just-
for straws. Like there was a scroll there, which I was like, okay, yeah, this is an all-encompassing universe. Like, man, scrolls are about to be everywhere. Like with Secret Invasion coming around the corner.
Now it's going to be a series. I didn't know
But,
that.
yeah, but I don't know. Like the Peggy Carter thing. There's a lot of people saying that, like, oh, the Peggy Carter timeline, that kind of fell askew too, because, you know, she should never have married
Hey,
Captain
what
America,
if?
but
Wait a minute. That's actually going to happen. Never mind.
I know, right? Yeah, what if Peggy Carter took the super soldier serum? Oh my god. But you know, we'll see. I don't know. Like there's so much to unwrap. Like this is like an onion. It's like an onion full of layers. Come on, Shrek.
No, I got it. I got it.
But yeah, no, there's a lot to, you know, unpeel here and dissect, and which is there's a lot here in a 50-minute package, and that's what impresses me the most. Like,
I watched the credits all the way through.
yeah,
Like all the before the actual black screen with the white credits. I'm talking like,
yeah,
you know, the music was so good, and just the pictures, you know, flying by and everything. I was like, man, this is well put together. It's only 50 minutes. It's really like 45, but you know.
Sure. Did you were there any post-credit scenes?
Oh, I scrolled back and forth. Did I miss it? Like, you know, you scroll. Oh, I was watching my phone like the second time. I was scrolling like, there's nothing there. Son of a bitch. No, there's
I
nothing there.
honestly don't know. Like, with the television shows, like, I didn't start looking for post-credit stuff until halfway through the season, I guess. Because honestly, like, this is a good this is a very, 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 very well done package on its own. It closed the book. It left, you know, an open door as to, like, you know, what the mission is going to be moving forward in episode 2. We don't need an additional, you know, 2-minute segment on what's going to happen, because they've already given us the teaser for what's going on. Who is this Loki variant that we have no clue who it's going to be? Is Loki is the Loki variant that we have now, is he going to be compliant? How is
I'm here to talk about the TVA initiative.
Oh gosh, yeah, no, totally. Again.
Oh shit, here we go again.
Oh man. So yeah, ultimately, to summarize, the movie bros give this a 9 out of 10. Let's close the books on episode 1. We could talk about this episode a lot longer, but that would just, like, you know, generate a very, very long podcast.
Let's jump into theories. No,
I'm telling you. Like, I mean, there's a lot. I mean, I've thought about it too, where they can go from there. Like, there's theories that the variant might be a lady Loki. That would be cool. Obviously, there's the theories, you brought them up. Kang being one of the timekeepers. We'll see. You know, like the way one of the timekeepers was kind of framed, you had that kind of like those lines going vertical across the face that made him look a little Kangy. And, you know, I'd love to see how this is all. I'm still looking forward to seeing, like, what is going on with all those other scenes that we saw in the trailer. Like, we saw the volcano erupting. We've seen Loki become president. We've seen Loki come across, like, a desolate, decimated-looking New York, which, you know, I guess there are some...
Oh, Black Widow, too. Yeah.
Yeah, this is supposed to lead right into Black Widow. So, you know, we'll see.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it's episode 5 comes out, and then the movie Black Widow comes out, and then episode 6. Is that right?
You're wrong. No, I'm just kidding. No, you're
wrong.
You're wrong.
Get out.
Yeah, actually, Black Widow. I don't know. 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 Black Wi
is in the middle, right?
Black Widow. Okay, so according to what I have here, Black Widow comes out on the 9th. Episode 6 comes out on the 14th. So yeah, that'll be.
Dang, I wonder if
what?
That's got to be the first time in like movie TV history. It's got to be, you know, if it's connected that way. Like, hey, you better watch Black Widow. That way you can understand episode 6. That'd be so freaking crazy.
You know, and I mean, and they're the ones that scheduled this, so they've got to have put some thought into the timing, because you know, people, like, as soon as Black Widow comes out, they're either going to watch it on Disney Plus, or they're going to go out to the theaters and watch. Or they're going to go to the theaters and watch it. Yeah, it's still considered like a premium Disney Plus purchase.
Primo.
But yeah, that's a really, really interesting topic that you brought up, because I don't think that's really ever happened before, especially if one is supposed to lead into the other, or maybe they are very aware that Loki episode, the final episode might be after the events of Blackwood. I don't know. We'll see.
Hey, can you imagine how confused one would be if you haven't seen any of the MCU and you're just starting on Loki?
I know a person that anyway.
You'd be like, wait a minute. So who's that chick that he's crying about? That's his mom, dude. Like, you have to explain everything while you're watching with them.
That'd be like mom watching this for the first time. Like, who is that person with the horn?
He went to jail. Why did he go to jail? Jail. Unknown jumpsuit. But anyway.
Awesome. Anyway, yes, that is our movie review of episode 1. Man, God damn, 6 episodes of this. Like, I am so happy, because it seems, regardless of what you say, you don't need to say it again, so don't say it.
Oh.
But everything that they've put out, WandaVision, Captain Falcon, Captain America, the new Captain America and Winter Soldier, and now Loki, are just, they're hitting it. You know, it's either solid to great. And regardless of like how you feel about, you know, which, you know, one versus the other, like, I know people who loved WandaVision. They weren't really too into Falcon Winter Soldier, just because they're more about like the magic stuff, more about the shorter stuff. Loki, I know a lot of people that, you know, honestly, I was very nervous about how you perceive this, because you love action stuff. And this, of all the things that have come out, is probably the least action-y thing that we've had so far. And the fact that you know, like, to spotlight you, my brother, gave it a 9, showcases to me that it is very, very good in our eyes.
Content.
Yes, it's
extremely good. You had to literally watch every freaking MCU movie to understand what happens in this, like, to understand the background of this.
I mean, like, it's amazing. Like you were saying, if someone were to jump into this thing, they're like, what? No, I totally get that. But, you know, if you haven't jumped in by now, like, you know, especially when Disney Plus has the entire library practically, save a couple of Spider-Man
except for
movies.
Spider-Man and Incredible Hulk.
Save for a couple of them. You know,
3 of them.
It's on your own plate. Like, it is your choice that you decided to, you know, not join the party. We're having fun in here. We're having a blast. There are drinks everywhere. There's snacks everywhere. There's good tunes, good laughs, good times, good conversations. You know, you don't want to be part of this. That's fine. That's, you know.
We like to party.
We like to party. But that's not to say that, you know, hey, we're closing the doors on you. Jump in. Start watching Iron Man. One of my coworkers, right, This was literally before, I think it was before Endgame. And, she's older. And so she would go home. Like, her kids are already grown up and everything like that. And so she watches a lot of television. But she would come to me and ask me, like, about certain movies. And I was like, oh, gosh, like, why aren't you watching this? Whatever. So I finally got her to watch Iron Man. And then she, like, it's one of those, it's like a domino effect. Where she watched one, and then she watched the next one. She really loved Thor. She wasn't too big about Captain America because she thought Captain America was too much of a Boy Scout, basically, which he is.
Right.
Let's be fair.
Right. Yeah, that's his character.
She's more of a rebel. And so, like, she plowed her way through, 22 movies. She would even ask me along the way, like, Charlie, should I watch this one? I'm like, oh, yeah. Like, what are you doing? Like, come on now. Yeah, you definitely can't miss out on that thing. And I know you don't like Captain America, this, but you really got to watch Civil War, da-da-da-da-da, And
Winter Soldier.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, we had moved along. Like, she'd already seen Winter Soldier, and we moved along. She'd actually like Winter Soldier because Robert Redford was in it.
There you go.
But, yeah, like, along the way, she went through her, like, the Doctor Strange. She loved, like, I think her favorite, she said, was Thor Ragnarok. Obviously. Thor Ragnarok is...
Man, that's a top 5 for me, man.
That is definitely... I was going to say, that is... The more I think about that movie, the more it just...
The more I see it, it's just better.
It literally, like, leaps ahead of Aquaman in my top 5 all-time superhero movies or whatever.
Aquaman.
Dude, Aquaman, man. Come on.
No, I got it. It's just,
If Amber Heard wasn't in it, whatever. But if you want to hear our review about that, you should check out our podcast. We talked about that not too long ago, but in a different episode. But moving forward, not backward, in this weird big timeline stuff.
Well, time moves at a different pace here.
Yeah. So. If you want to turn back time.
No, that's what they said in the show.
It is what they said in the show.
Time moves differently here.
Oh my gosh. But we're going to start our little segment we call the Royal Rumble, the Birthday Royal Rumble.
We got to change it to something else.
Yeah, we can.
As far as the Lions, we gotta...
Hey, man.
Gotta do something else there.
I'm not the only one in charge of looking stuff up. Send it to me.
Okay.
Send me some stuff.
I think we should go with...
Send me some stuff that we won't get in trouble for. That's my big thing.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. Well, it's just a picture.
It is just a picture. But you never know. We're treading lightly here. You never know. But yes, this is the... Movie Broview Birthday Royal Rumble. Where is my cheat sheet?
Brought to you by Lion King.
No. I like Lion King. Lion King was good.
Oh, I love Lion King.
So what we do, instead of just we used to announce just people's birthdays and like wish them a happy birthday and such, but now we've decided we're going to take people's birthdays, cast them as a specific character, one that might be strong, one that might be weak. I can't believe you're highlighting Robert Englund right now. That really worries me.
Oh, wow.
But, we're going to basically just, again, use one of their characters. They may be strong, they may be weak, they may be godlike. We had a god tie not too long ago. But we're going to all throw them in a ring and see who comes out triumphant. Anyways, this week's birthdays we're going to use June 6th. We say happy birthday to Paul Giamatti.
Rhino?
Yeah. It's got to be Rhino. It can't be his drunken self from Sideways or WNBC. Huh? What?
WNBC.
Yeah,
from Howard Stern's Private Parts.
That's the first time I saw that guy, and I was like, oh my god, like you love to hate him, but at the same time, like He's a really good actor. Yeah, Lady in the Water, he was good there. But
Why did I highlight Johnny Depp?
I don't know. The fact that, I'm scared for you right now. Robert Englund's birthday is on the 6th of June, and he is Freddy Krueger. Boy, like, I almost wanted to just give him the trophy right now, but we'll see. Bill Hader. His birthday is on...
I'd say the cop from Superbad.
Well, I would say, actually, the super spy from Barry.
Yeah, he won a freaking award for that movie.
Yeah,
that show. I mean,
he's Barry. So
he's celebrated by going to In-N-Out Burger of all places. But
hey, man, I love me some In-N-Out Burger. Let's see, the double.
He purposely didn't go to a party. He went to In-N-Out Burger. That's crazy.
Frank Grillo, his birthday is on June 8th. Bones, man, heck yeah.
Also known for being in The Purge.
I haven't seen The Purge, and I think I need to. Like, I know it's a horror flick.
The Purge show or Purge, I don't know. It looks freaky. Actually, he's in a lot of the Purge movies. Holy crap!
Yeah, like he might
he's
be
in two of them.
He might be a regular. We have Johnny Depp, whose birthday is on June 9th. I was thinking Captain Jack Sparrow, but then I remembered he played Grindelwald.
Scissorhands?
Scissorhands won't. No. Like, Scissorhands is... He would lose immediately. Because Scissorhands...
21 Jump Street?
He's too polite.
Oh, hello. Let me cut you accidentally. Did die. Okay, great.
No, Grindelwald is what I would like to cast him as.
Captain Jack Sparrow.
And then we have Natalie Portman. She will she will be the new Thor, but that has yet to come out yet, so that is not notwithstanding here.
She's still a scientist.
Yep, she's our scientist, unfortunately. June 10th, we have Bill Burr.
Man, he is hilarious.
He is probably one of my favorite comedians. Like,
he's the guy in Breaking Bad.
Mandalorian.
No, I know that.
He is the guy from Breaking Bad, though. It's funny because like I knew who Bill Burr was, and then I would see him in Breaking Bad. I'm like, is that the same guy? Like,
no, he's the guy.
He's the guy from Dave Chappelle.
Samuel Jackson.
Yeah,
he's the guy that orders Samuel Jackson.
You know what? He's going to be in this. He's going to order a Samuel Jackson. And then,
you know what? I'll have a Samuel Jackson. And
he is going to be drinking a beer with Kate Upton, who I don't even care what character she is. She'll just be she'll be our card girl or whatever. She'll be the guest referee here. Because she's just lovely. June 11th, we have Shia LaBeouf.
Sam Witwicky.
Sam Witwicky, yeah. Who founded the Allspark. Peter Dinklage.
That was Megan Fox. Yes. So he's obviously a hero.
Yes. Peter Dinklage.
That tall troll thing that made the ox.
Yeah, or, I mean, he could drink and know things.
Actually, no. Peter Dinklage is Trask. He's the one who made the Sentinels.
Yeah.
Or
he could Tyrion.
Or he could
Tyrion Lannister.
Yeah, from Game of Thrones.
Yep.
He's the guy who writes kids books in the Will Ferrell movie.
Oh my god.
Elf. I think he's that guy because I think he punches Will Ferrell, right?
Oh my gosh. He is he's a great actor, man. Like his range like knows like no business or whatever. Yeah, we'll have to go with
My favorite line he's ever done it was with Thor. He says, "You take on the power of a star, boy. If you do that, it'll kill you." And then Thor says, "And if I die?" Yes, that's what killing you means.
Killing you means. Yeah, that was pretty good. Oh my god, I can't remember his name from the movie.
Just look at Peter Dinklage. Peter Dinklage in MCU.
Oh, it's Eitri.
Eitri, yep.
Yeah. There you go. So, last but not least, we have Gene Wilder. Willy Wonka himself. He'll be handing out candy to Bill Burr, Kate Upton, and Natalie Portman.
Willy Wonka.
Yep. Well, I mean, again, I didn't think like that this would be too easy, but I would pick Robert Englund here for the sheer fact that Freddy Krueger owns everyone who is in their dreams, period. As soon as they go to sleep.
I don't know, man. Bill Burr wouldn't take him seriously. Like, he'd be falling asleep, and then he'd be like, why do these guys gotta be, like, you know how he talks? Like, why do these guys,
He would
I'm sick of this shit.
He would totally make him cry. Yeah, that's a good point. But
Bill Burr would get him psychologically, even though he's asleep.
Yeah, Bill Burr is always angry.
Let's see. Bones, no. Johnny Depp, gone. Yeah, it's pretty much Bill Burr or Robert Englund. I'm going Bill Burr because I'm a funny guy. I like that stuff. Shia LaBeouf, he'd be like, he dies in Transformers. I mean, he'll just die so easily.
Sure.
Going to sleep.
And I would say Grindelwald, but Johnny Depp gets drunk a lot, and he probably forgets there's a fight in the first place. So,
Captain Jack Sparrow.
Yeah, why is the rum always gone?
Yeah. I only seen the first one. I gotta give the series a shot.
Nice. Well, all right. So we're giving this to
Robert Englund.
Robert Englund. Freddy Krueger wins this week's Review's Top 10 Royal Rumble.
Wow. Freddy Krueger wins.
I don't think would it be a flawless victory, you think? I don't know.
I mean, it's a one-shot kill, I think, to be honest.
Wow.
You go to sleep, gotcha, slice.
I mean, pretty much.
Wow.
Like he killed Johnny Depp in the first Freddy Krueger. So there you go.
Wow.
Yep.
Good callback.
I totally had to remember that. I was like, maybe was it Freddy Krueger or was it Jason? Now I'm confusing myself.
Dun, 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 dun. Let's check it out, dude.
Why you look that up? This week we don't have another Who Said It segment, so it's okay. You don't have to have a Who Said It segment every week.
I don't see it. I can't find it. I don't see it.
You can't find what?
Oh, these are songs. What the heck?
What the heck?
Serious? He's into music? Whatever, bro.
Who?
I'm going to have to do it a different way. Johnny Depp. JD, what's up? I have to look. I'm looking.
Johnny Depp.
Oh, Sweeney Todd, what's up? And he was Willy Wonka. Can you imagine how awkward that'd be? Gene Wilder's like, no,
The
I'm
two Willy
Wonka.
Wonkas meet up. So yeah, Johnny Depp was in Freddy Krueger. He was I think he was Freddy Krueger's first. That was.
I guess I could have typed Johnny Depp, Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I did. It was the famous scene where basically he gets pulled into the bed, and there's just geyser of blood just coming out of where Johnny Depp used to be. So
1984.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Yep. He was coming into his own, but
died.
I know. Yeah. Well, we are coming into our own this evening as we end was it the 16th episode of the movie review, man. The Sweet 16. It couldn't be sweeter than doing like a Loki episode after watching how awesome that thing was. So I'm glad we did it. Next week.
Are you glad I liked it?
Oh, yeah. I am very glad you liked it. Again, I told you I was super worried. I was like, oh, he's going to think this is like WandaVision.
No, this is... the difference is this is actually a good show.
I'm wronging you.
A whole bunch of fart sounds or what?
Negative. This is the movie review, yeah. We don't have exactly agree on everything, but WandaVision was a good show. Anyway, thank you guys so much for joining in on the 16th episode. Next week, again, I'll be out, so I'm going to actually be posting the podcast from Tuesday, My Spy, next week. So we got that little filler coming in for those of you who listen to the podcast via audio at any of our podcast outlets. My brother, he'll be uploading them through YouTube on his Joshizzle channel. So look forward to seeing those things. Gosh, I think I'm kind of nervous now, like how long we talked about one 50-minute episode. Next time we come back, we may have to do a double up of that week, where we do episode 2 on a day and then episode 3 on the other day, which is awesome.
We'll figure it out.
Because like I'm loving this. Like it's not too shabby.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba, I'm loving it.
When's the last time you had McDonald's?
Week ago? Probably a week ago. Had the chicken sandwich.
Chicken
new
sandwich.
one. It was a buy one get one for 50% off or something
did
like
you
that.
like that?
Little coupon. It's
disappointed
crazy.
by it.
Everyone's trying to like take Chick-fil-A's.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
That's not gonna happen, man. Chick-fil-A just they sprinkle crack or MSG every time. It's just.
I don't know. Popeyes
better.
got really close.
Popeyes is really good. It's not Chick-fil-A though. It's like a whole different sandwich to me.
Sure.
Burger King's is terrible.
Oh gosh, let's not go Burger King route. I don't. My stomach's already rumbling out now as much as it is. But yeah, was it Dollar Whoppers? 5 get limit 5 each. Extra pickles with mustard.
Every single one of them.
5 days a week. It seems like we eat that thing. I think I've had enough Burger King to satiate my life. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's not go Burger King, but for my brother Josh Henderson, I am Charlie Zarzuela. This is the movie review. Go pop some popcorn and watch some Loki.
With glorious purpose.